Welcome to this week's newscast. I'm Nikki Cannon.
And I'm Ashley Robinson. On Wednesday, February 25th, Career Services hosted a professional and dining etiquette dinner. Let's check in with Nikki Cannon for more.
I'm Nikki Cannon with the Horizon Broadcast, and I'm here at the etiquette dinner where students and faculty are learning to have good etiquette.
You want it to really touch, okay? So really get your hand in there. And then you grip around, okay? Always with eye contact and smiling, because that will automatically make the other person smile, whether she wants to or not.
Well, the whole idea is to have students become more familiar with the dining experience, because now in the employee selection process, often a meal is part of the interview process, and we want to make certain that the students feel comfortable in that process, that they know how to dine in a fine restaurant, they know which utensils to use, how to make proper introductions, things of that nature. Vicki Hoskinson is our hostess this evening, and she has worked with the Career Services Office for many years with the internship program, teaching classes, and this is her second year to host this particular event.
They fill your water glass. You look them in the eye and you say thank you. When they gesture to you to take your appetizer plate, you say, yes, please.
In celebration of Black History Month, discussions on the Civil Rights Movement were held in the Crestview Hall. Ashley Robinson has more.
The white South, after those two decisions, the Brown decision and the Montgomery bus boycott, actually engaged in what was called massive resistance. So you may remember that term, which basically meant that they would do everything they could not to integrate. In fact, many politicians signed what was called the Southern Manifesto, which was a manifesto pushed by Senator Byrd from Virginia to stop integration by legal means. So when they talk about integration in the Brown decision, only 0.1%, which is not very much. In fact, that's, you could say, is tokenism. In some states of the South, no black children were in schools with white children. States like South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, there was not one black child in a school with white children. That's 6 years after the Brown decision, and people are beginning to get frustrated. They also protested in public spaces and in the open. The students braved police brutality, the Ku Klux Klan violence and judicial ambivalence. They defied the police and mobs of whites in the South. So the students were courageous, and many were arrested. About 3,600 students were arrested and put in jail for sitting in.
Are you on a budget? Look no further. Reporter Mike Lewis has more on where you can fill your belly for less.
It's about getting to know students and fellow Christians around the campus, and to connect others to Christ, and to connect them to other Christians in the community here. We try to reach out to people with our weekly events, like our Bible study and our worship service nights. We encourage people to come to our free lunches to learn more about special events.
Now, are you guys here every Monday?
Every Monday, as well as Tuesdays we have our weekly Bible study at 12, and Thursdays are 7:45 at night worship.
Nikki Osinski is continuing her reporting on the International Film Festival, and this week it's all about Japanese culture.
Here at the IU Southeast campus, we're beginning a series of the International Film Festival. IU is covering different cultures such as German, Spanish, and tonight will be the Japanese film. It's a detective film, and we'll also be covering cultural and economic issues. Why are you here?
I'm here for the International Movie Night from a Japanese class.
Okay, do you know anything about the movie?
Yes, it's called High and Low by Akira Kurosawa, and it's about a poor guy who gets really mad, always looking up at all the rich people that have air conditioning and other things, so he decides to steal a little girl from from one of the rich families.
Okay, are you thinking like you're gonna like learn anything from this?
Yes, a little.
What are you hoping to learn from it?
Our book teaches us how to talk all proper, and if there's a kidnapper, he'll probably talk less than proper, and I can pick that up.
Okay, so you're here for the language?
Yes.
Okay, are you pretty fluent in Japanese?
Not at all.
Not at all? What do you know in Japanese?
Some slang, and I'm a genius.
How do you say that?
Ore wa tensai da.
We started it 10 years ago to show students how the native language is used in a specific context. Every film describes a aspect of the life of people speaking that language. Like in the case of Japanese this year, we are showing the different social layers of society, the owners of business, how they are working in their own environment, and the student is exposed to different facets of business life in Japan.
It's March, and that means that IU Southeast is hosting its annual International Festival, where different groups and organizations are showcasing information and performances from around the world.
This is the National Festival, and the purpose of the festival is to raise money for study abroad student scholarships. We've got about 18 different vendors from IUS campus, from the community, from Louisville, that are showing who they are, what their organization's about. And we've got 3 entertainment groups, Camino Flamenco, we just finished, and then we have Musicaba, which is an Andean music group, which is just getting ready to start, and then the last group is Talietha, and she has a belly dancing troupe from the Middle East. So those are going to be our entertainment for tonight, because we've got a very small budget for student scholarships, so the money that we raise here all goes towards those scholarships, and it's just a wonderful way to give students an experience of studying outside of the U.S.
We are highlighting 2 things. We're highlighting that we've been in Kentuckiana for about 150 years. We have this beautiful DVD here that talks about our accomplishments and the contribution of the Jewish community to the welfare of all Kentuckians and Indiana people. And we also have some brochures about the state of Israel, which is very dear to us. Israel is the only democratic country in the entire Middle East and is America's strongest ally. And we're here to talk to students about travel plans, about possibly going to school in Israel.
For the IU Southeast Horizon, I'm Nikki Osinski.
In sports this week, men's basketball defeated IU East 87-58, and women's basketball, they defeated Alice Lloyd 61-58. So go Grenadiers.
We want to congratulate Robin Ferris on being named KIAC Women's Basketball Coach of the Year. That does it for this week's newscast.
See you next week.